Uh-huh. It just occurred to me that. It's not very bright, but I can see some starlight now. There are tiny stars everywhere. I hadn't noticed them before. Your eyes are getting used to the darkness. See, a little break now and then can be helped too. He's right. My eyes are used to it now. We're standing in the centre of a large round room with 2 doors.
Maybe everyone else is through those, though we can't tell where they lead.
Oh, don't you have your map with you?
We just got shut in here. We didn't get to bring a strategy guide along.
But doesn't the Morning Dove there have a planisphere?
Yes, I have it.
There's your map.
Nageki's planisphere?
It is a very nice planisphere, but will studying constellations now really...
An egg!
It looks a little like a dark nebula. That's a bad egg. When an egg turns black, it's rotten. Black is the color of a poor chick who died before hatching. We're just a little bit above from the very bottom now. The starlights are birds' souls. Burn them bright and happy even in a dead egg. So you want to get out of here?
My job here is to find everyone and get out, yes. I think I'm ready to go home. And I want to see tomorrow.
Look, we're one step closer to hatching. Chicks grow teeth to help them tear out of their shells and into the new world. We only need them that once. With them, we can break out of this shell by our own strength. No matter how tough the shell is, it will break eventually. If the chick is alive, it can break free. This is a false star. That wasn't a real light you saw. That was the lighthouse luring wanderers in from the Milky Way. A false star is a dangerous thing. Once you're in, it can be hard to get out. It's scary. Break the shell and burn down the false light. The Morning Dove there can do it. After all, he's got all the answers.
Answers? I see. So all of this is fake. Do you have a plan, Nageki? No, not really. I just know what the king was thinking when he made this place. I know why he took one of our stars, and I know why only I can break it. If I can, that is. Somehow.
Well, good luck.
Wait! Can't you explain that a little more?
Too late, he's gone.
Jeez, no one likes a key character who just shows up with a whole bunch of gnomic advice and doesn't actually say anything useful.
Again with the 4-4 break-in.
Now, mon ami. At least he gave us some hints, right? And some cause for optimism. He said that I could do it.
Well, at least the gnomic and hungry old man gave Nageki some clear reassurance.
Your planisphere sure is turning out to be useful, Nageki.
A little above the very bottom. So we're right here. And there are 2 stars nearby. And if the stars are what he said...
We should be able to find everyone else if we aim for the stars?
Let's hope so.
And there are 2 suspicious stars up at the top.
The false lighthouse. That must be the light we saw from the plaza.
And from what he said, we need to break it? All right.
Now then, we'll need to head up both sides. This looks like a good time to split up, don't you think?
Happens all the time in longer dungeons and RPGs. I'm ready to roll.
Protecting the ladies is always my first priority. I'd like to go with you, mon ami, but I'll go alone. You'll be safer if you've got the map with you after all. Take care of her, all right? Right. Well, the king very kindly trapped us all in a giant, evil doom egg. Will we escape from the dream with our lives? Of course we will. After all, this place is crazy. What kind of place doesn't have morning radio aerobics? So we split up. Nageki and me going through one door, Yuya through the other. We'll wake everyone from this dream and smash this rotten egg from the inside.
Yuya's already off and getting stuff done. We'd better move along too.
I'm going to save. Because there is multiple points in this chapter where you can game over by getting the wrong answer. So I'm going to be saving every now and then just to make sure I don't have to go through everything all over again. Because that would suck. Right. Yuya does seem pretty professional sometimes. He even had a real gun during that time at Christmas. Maybe he really is with the FBI or something. I'm opening the door. Are you ready?
Bring it on!
The Lion Picture Book. Oh boy, this is the one thing I liked about this. Once there was an Okasan. There was something the Okasan wanted to find no matter what. That'll be the pudding. So he ran to the ends of the earth. The Okasan was very fast. He could run anywhere. He ran everywhere. At the end of the earth there was a giant hole in the ground. The Okasan fell into the hole. No one remembers the Okasan now. Poor Okasan. Poor Okasan. So these stories are kind of like hinting at things, and I can't quite get my head around some of them. I can get my head around like a few, but some of them is just kind of like, okay. But I think this whole thing is about how, that was all about how Okasan is just wasting his life, looking for something that he may never find. I'm not sure. Feel free to like speculate, because I have not got a clue. This is one of the ones I'm a bit iffy on.
Okasan is the pudding god! Okasan is the god of Mount Pudding!
Okasan!
Hostage confirmed. Moving to secure.
Okasan, let's get out of here, okay?
Go! Okasan used wing attack. It's super effective. He still thinks he's a Pokemon.
Ow, ow, Okasan, that hurts! Calm down and listen to me.
Go! Okasan is not Okasan! Okasan is the god of Mount Pudding!
You're not being a particularly benevolent god either way.
Yeah, Okasan, a god has to listen to the voices of the downtrodden common people.
Go! Really?
Yes.
Go! In that case, Okasan will listen for 3 centimeters.
Okasan, this pudding isn't real. You have to kiss it goodbye and come back to reality.
Go! Science!
So 3 centimeters is about 10 seconds. Looks like it.
Okasan, calm down. This crummy thing isn't the pudding you've been searching for all these years.
Go! Pudding is pudding! What does Kyoko know about pudding?
I don't know anything about pudding. Think about it, Okasan. Is the pudding you seek something I could understand? Of course not. It's something beyond and above. Something completely outside my comprehension. Whenever you talk about pudding, it's like it's the meaning of the universe, or final secret of the earth, or some sort of cult deity. No matter how hard you've tried to explain it, I just don't get it. I still don't know what the pudding you're looking for is. But I do understand that it's not something you can find just like that.
Go! Of course not. Pudding is an amazing treasure.
Doesn't this strike you as odd then? How could you have found that amazing treasure without doing anything? What have you been training for all these years? Haven't you been training so you can find the pudding which sleeps forgotten at the end of the earth? You couldn't possibly find a treasure like that this easily. It's a trap, Okasan. A fake. You have to remember, Okasan. Remember the pudding you seek. Go! Go! Go!
And before we know it, we're standing in a room just like the one where we started. Was everything we saw in here before just an illusion created by the king? Probably yes. He was hoping to hold us back.
Go! Okasan has remembered! Go! True pudding is the universe itself, but it cannot be found in this universe. It is infinite.
I don't think I follow.
Don't worry, I don't either.
Go! Okasan must return to Earth and seek the true pudding.
The wall cracked?
We must be breaking the shell like the migrant said. Oh, I get it. When someone starts thinking I want to go home, the egg cracks a little.
It doesn't look like it will crack anymore though, and we probably couldn't break it by hand. We'll need to keep going forward.
Go! Okasan is going home.
Okasan, wait.
Okasan gallops off into the darkness, snorting and cooing with excitement.
Well, he can probably take care of himself just fine.
Probably. My eyes are getting used to the darkness again, and I can make out another door opposite from where we came in. Who will we find in the next room? Let me save again. I'm going to keep doing this very frequently because I don't trust myself, and I'm just going to go and get myself a drink as well. Because I've drunk through all mine already. My voice. Oh, but we'll be done. And when it's done, it's done. So who will we find in the next room? The unenclosed picture book. What? Huh? Unenclosed? Should that be unenclosed? I don't know.
Once there was a chrysalis. The chrysalis was all alone. It didn't know how to grow up, so it stayed a chrysalis forever. One day a butterfly came along. The butterfly said, "Let's be friends. I can show you how to become a beautiful butterfly like me." The lonely chrysalis was happy, because it wasn't alone anymore. But its friend the butterfly disappeared soon after. The lonely chrysalis was alone again. It didn't know where to go anymore. It didn't know what it wanted to do anymore. The lonely chrysalis shrank and hardened. Nothing will ever come out of it now. Poor chrysalis. Poor chrysalis.
Merry Christmas!
It's the Christmas junkies! And here I was expecting some emotionally charged, heart-wrenching scene. You shouldn't judge by appearances. Maybe these creatures have some sort of deep internal conflict as well. Well, we did find out that they have a tragic backstory.
Miru, Kaku, we need to get out of here. If we stay here too long, we won't be able to go home anymore. Merry Christmas! What?
This place is called the Holiday Star, but it's not Christmas, is it? If we don't get out of here, we'll never be able to celebrate Christmas again.
Merry Christmas! Shock! Times 10 to the 6th!
I suppose that's an expression of surprise. They do appear to be moved.
Merry Christmas! That would be bad! Really bad! Merry Christmas! Miru and Kaku were to start preparing for next Christmas! Zoom!
The two of them run off into the darkness.
That was a lot easier than Okasan.
But there aren't any cracks in the shell. There must still be someone here. I guess so. Yeah, we just went through this plain corridor a little while ago anyway. I already know who we'll find through that door.
Enormous enemy is approaching. Keep your dignity, Nageki.
I'm already dead, so I think I'll be safe no matter what, but do be careful, Mr. Saka. Okay, so the whole thing with the chrysalis is obviously referring to Shu. I thought that one was one of the easier ones. Like, Shu is the chrysalis, and the butterfly is Ryuji, Ryota's father, and, like, Ryuji was Shu's friend, and he was helping him. But when he died, Shu just retreated into himself. He became a much harder, colder person. And I think that's what that story is referring to. I really do like that analogy. It is a really good analogy.
Coming through!
Huh? There's no reply. It's just a kitchen. Mr. Saka, watch out! What? What happened? Nageki slams into me from behind. I go rolling across the floor.
Nageki! And I thought you were such a gentleman.
I'm as surprised as you are. Complain to whoever attached that thing to the ceiling.
Huh?
A gigantic bear trap is lying on the floor where I stood a moment ago. Did that fall from the ceiling? Oh, do forgive me. It appears to have fallen a little more slowly than I calculated for. Do not fear, I will use more exact measurements next time.
What do you mean, do not fear, you people-sidle partridge propriator? And you're supposed to lay bear tracks on the ground anyway, hanging it from the ceiling, really? I swear, kids these days can't do anything right.
I was planning to modify it such that it would seize the victim's head and then lift them back up to the ceiling. It would help with disanguinization, you see. I see you weren't planning to close after all. My neck just hurts thinking about it.
Fluffy heretic chef. I mean, Dr. Iwamine, your dark fantasy affectations end now. You've noticed too, right? This place isn't normal. We've been shut in. If we stay here for too long, I'll
enter a persistent vegetative state. What, you mean he already knows? I read a report on a similar phenomenon when a number of people shared a dream a few years ago now. I suspect we are under the effects of something not unlike mass hypnosis caused by the eclipse. If that is not the case, you should not be here. Huh?
Well, at least we don't have to explain it to you. Let's escape together, Doctor.
No, thank you. Rejected at the speed of light. Are you more comfortable here, then? Who knows? I haven't even been here for half a day. I haven't quite decided yet.
But didn't you say yourself that you're one of those sad people who only love research, Doctor? Your brains will rot and drip out of your ears if you stay in this eternal holiday kingdom with its happy-go-lucky king.
It is as you say. If I have my fill of research, I cannot complain. The term vegetative is not entirely accurate. The brain relinquishes control over the body and sinks into a state of pure, unadulterated thought. Is this not so? You did say that our brains were disconnected from our bodies, so I guess so? To cast away all functions but conscious thought. What a pure state of being. It fascinates me.
But do you really want to stay in this dream world forever, Doctor? Since when were you the dreamy type?
Dreams are not such rigid things as you seem to think. The activity of the brain is no different while dreaming than while walking.
But there isn't anything here to use for your favourite diabolical experiments.
No, we cannot be so sure about that. The king of this star seems to have absorbed the knowledge and experiences of all who has washed ashore here, and blended them into a being capable of conscious action after all. You've lost me. To put it another way, the birds on this star hold within themselves the capability to replay any number of past events. This star is practically overflowing with material for study. Have no worries there. This isn't the sort of thing that happens every day, after all. Since I have the chance to experience it, I want to stay and take advantage of it.
Are you really sure about that, sir? No matter what you study, no matter what you discover, you'll never be able to announce it to the world.
I seek knowledge, and knowledge alone. I am not doing this for someone else's sake or for some earthly goal. Given the chance to engage in our adulterated thought without outside disturbance, I am happy to accept it. Go on ahead. We have nothing more to talk about. The shell cracked. Well, it did crack, but
It looks a little subpar.
those cracks must be from Miro and Kaku. Probably.
We don't have much time, so we'll go rescue the others. Please reconsider while we're gone, Doctor.
Well, we shall see. This is no time for Fluffetic. I like the name Fluffetic. I do hope he decides to help us. The infirmary would be awfully lonely without the murderous Fluffetic around. Mr. Saka,
Yes?
we've got company.
Greetings, travellers.
Geez, we've already decided to go home. No one likes a host who tries to lock you in their house and make you stay forever.
How many of these vague see-through citizens are there anyway?
You should all try talking to the king too. Only a tyrant would try to stop visitors from leaving, right?
Have you all been here with that king forever?
No, we haven't. We are the same as you.
So you came from outside?
You must have been the same. We were very afraid, and we came here.
Afraid? Nageki and I had a nice time coming here on a comfortable train with a friendly conductor. I don't remember being afraid of anything.
If you came from outside, you have homes to return to, right? Why are you staying here?
Because we don't have to worry about anything. Because there's nothing scary here.
The king said the king is all, and all are the king. Soon you guests will be away, soon you guests from away will be the king too. All are the king. So there is nothing scary here. Everyone is together. Let's be together. The king is waiting on his royal throne. That's the king.
The king glances nervously at Nageki.
The king does not want to be friends with that mourning dove. You don't have to come.
That's not very nice of you.
The king commanded you shall stay away.
The kings fade into the darkness, leaving their selfish command behind.
Wow, Nageki. From the look on his face, I bet the king is changing his royal underwear right about now.
He's a bit of a crybaby. I don't think scaring him is very hard. I do wonder about it, though. Why was he so afraid of Nageki?
The migrant said something about that too. Maybe you're the king's natural enemy.
Let's hope so.
And
those vague citizens turned into the king and disappeared. If what they said is true, perhaps everyone who stays here ends up turning into the king.
That's a bit much. What is this, a horror movie? At least it sounds like he's waiting for us. We've got to go find the others and then teach him a thing or two about international travel laws.